All right, baby. Welcome to the Portnoy Show with Eddie and Company, presented by High Noon.
Tailgate season. They got the two new flavors, cranberry.
Pear. So you can get the tailgate pack. I have a ton of them. They delivered so many of them to my house here. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them in Montauk because I'm about to exit Montauk so I can get my taxes down. But real vodka, real juice, not like the other malts. All the other guys are malts. They're beer-based. That's why you feel gross after. High Noon, the perfect drink for your college football watch party, your tailgate. Real vodka, real juice for real fans just like us. Head over to your local liquor store and get some today. And again, we get the tailgating pack limited with pear and cranberry. Pear is my number 3. So it's passion fruit, pineapple, pear. That's my top 3.
Good. Still taking on the pear. That's good.
Yeah. I like pear.
Good. All right. Here comes the show. Ryan Whitney will be joining us at some point. But before we get to that, let's talk about, I guess, let's get into the Canelo fight first. How'd it go?
Good. It wasn't the greatest fight of all time, but it's still surreal to be there calling, Triple G Canelo with unbelievable seats. It was an in and out job. Like, flew to Vegas, did it. I don't know. What else can I say about it?
Do you have interest to do it again? I mean, second time now, like, is it going to continue? Is it like, if it's sold, you'll do it? Like, do you, like, where are you at with everything?
I like calling the fights. Those fights haven't been great. Like the fight we went to with the two women, Katie Taylor and Serrano, that was a 1,000 times better fight than the two Canelo fights that we've been at. So, that's fighting though. Like, if they were legendary fights, you turn around and say, "Oh my God, that was the best." I enjoy doing it, so I definitely would do it again.
Is that still on the table? That Taylor Serrano fight?
Well, they don't have a fight lined up.
Yeah, but I'm hypothetically, everyone.
Well, we didn't. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't call the last one. We just went to the last one.
Yeah, but I remember you said that back in the back before, where that's, if everything goes as planned, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, but when I said that, I think the thought was they were going to have an immediate rematch. So who knows?
Did last time the buys weren't great? Did you get anything on that?
So it had nothing to do with it. The way that DAZN is set up is a little different than traditional pay-per-view. Like, you need their sponsor, you need to sign up for their package. So we didn't do it this way. We did it totally different. We didn't have our link or anything like that. We just got a flat fee to call the fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so to be continued if you're going to call another fight for DAZN.
Yeah, it'd probably be up to them, but I think we all enjoyed doing it.
Mm-hmm. How was the Chili Peppers with Nate Dogg?
So I left a little bit early, but it was good. Nate was late, which is fucking crazy. Nate was like 15 minutes late. It was myself, and then we went with the Make-A-Wish kid who was in here, who just happened to be. He's like, "Oh yeah, that concert's tonight," so we got him some tickets. It was good. It was basic. I mean, I couldn't believe Nate was late. Other than that, though, it was. I mean, he's a bigger Chili Peppers fan than I am, so I had to be up early. So I left about, I want to say, halfway through, which was by far the right decision, because they played a lot of popular songs early, but they didn't play Under the Bridge, which is like crazy to me that they wouldn't play that. That's by far my favorite song. I think that's their most popular song, but they didn't play it.
Even when you left, like, you didn't miss it? It just was never on the set list.
Correct.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, shocking. Sometimes bands will do that. Like, they'll get a little artsy, they won't give you the hits.
Well, you were stunned about Elton John not playing Daniel. You were taken aback.
Well, that's also, to me, that's a big FU to your fan base when you do that.
So you don't like the underground stuff, I guess, so to speak. You think it's just a concert should always be hits?
Concert should always be hits. You have plenty of time to mix in a couple of deep tracks or newer stuff or whatever, but people are paying good money to see the songs they like to hear. So yeah, if Elton John doesn't play Daniel or Red Hot Chili Peppers doesn't play Under the Bridge, that's an FU to everyone who is going to the concert, in my book.
How late was he?
What?
How late was Nate?
15 minutes.
Oh.
He said he took the wrong train.
Oh, that happened. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
No?
I'm not late. Like, I don't go late. People know me. Like, I was there 15 minutes early. If I'm 15 minutes early, I'm 15 minutes late. Like, I make sure I'm there on time. If I tell people I'm meet, I'm there. That's just what I do.
Well, good. Glad it went well. I feel like you gave him a nice day, Alex, the Make-A-Wish guy.
Yeah, for sure. He had a good time. It's a crazy story.
I saw that it was reported the Rappaport lawsuit is done.
I saw that reported the same way you did. I don't, and it was reported strangely to me, like the way I read it, where like both sides dropped the lawsuit, agreed to. That's how it read to me. I asked Erica, she didn't give me really a straight answer. But I don't know. I don't know if it was thrown out or he dropped it, but that I read it as you read it. Nobody told me anything.
I feel like he what's your, I mean, obviously you still don't like the guy, right?
No, Eddie, he's my best friend.
Yeah. But I feel like he takes a little more like pot shots than you do. Now, did you stay away from that because of this whole thing? Like, you're going to start going after him again?
No, he's so far below me. Like, he's like an irrelevant nobody to me. Like, he takes shots at me to stay, I think, get a little shine from my name. The probably the meanest thing I can say about him is he's just so irrelevant to me. Like, some people get under my skin. He doesn't. He's just such a clown. Like, nothing he says really bothers. It's like, oh, there's Rapport. I don't really give a fuck.
You don't see him going viral anymore. Like back when we worked with him before, remember, he was everywhere. Now,
he's irrelevant. He's an irrelevant, like, psychopath. So,
but he's still always doing something.
Like, he does way. Like the big three or something, but they're always hang on things. They're never, they're always like back nine of your life, back nine of your career, ninth inning, like sunsetting. He's just, and I know who he is now. So I don't know. Trust me, if it bothered me, I would respond. It's not the lawsuit or anything like that. He's just such an irrelevant little petty man that it doesn't really get to me.
Yeah, it's like a guarantee that he's once a week, probably. Gaz, would you say he's always
takes a shot at me?
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't even like hear about it. Like, occasionally somebody will say it, but he's just old man yells at like cloud type thing. He's just, I don't know, he's like a sad, pathetic man.
Is that your worst hire of all time?
Yeah, right. I don't know who else would go on there. I don't think Mooj counts. I didn't really. I got like, that wasn't my choice.
You got strong armed.
Yeah. Black Brandon wasn't really my choice. That was a Willie Colon hire.
But Rappaport was like, hey,
Rappaport
is
mine.
Rants.
Rappaport, like I was like, that guy. Let's go get that guy. So yeah, it's my worst.
You got anything, Gaz? You got any thoughts on that?
No, I was just thinking about he's probably like the poster child for like what Dave says, like a cameo guy now at this point. Like, he, on the sunset, you need to be relevant. Like, you just got to make videos to make money. He's going to be one of those guys.
Like, there's been other ones that have not worked, but
on that front,
but as far as like a fucking train wreckage, like, he's got to be.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. And again, I know some of the other train wrecks weren't necessarily like my hires, so but I was very pro Rapport. We went out, we pitched him, we tried to sell him. I was very much like the leader of bringing him in.
Well, sounds like it's over. So, congrats to you.
Who knows? It's never over with him. I don't know. I didn't understand the lawsuit because I read it's like he still reserves the right to appeal, or I don't fucking know.
Was it worth it for you?
What?
Was it worth it for you just to get the deposition tape like that?
No.
I mean,
no, I just sitting there all day. No, it wasn't worth it. It's like he's been a headache.
What are you going to say, Gaz?
I was going to say the other big blow-ups was like Sophia, but like that ended up being good at the end of the day. Like, in the moment, maybe, I mean, you turned it into a positive, I would say.
I don't know. Her and Mooj have like pretty deep ties into like fucking with my personal life. So I don't know that that's true.
True. Yeah, and she came in through Cooper. Like you hired Cooper, and she was part of like that.
I didn't even know who Sophia was when we hired her.
Yeah.
And she was also very successful here too. To like,
Yeah, we got a lot out of it for sure.
Yeah.
We got nothing out of Rapport.
Mm-hmm. Dave, if someone is looking for tickets to a sporting event or a concert, where should they go?
Game Time. All your ticket needs created by fans for fans. Game Time, new ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last minute deals on tickets to sports, concert, shows. They guarantee the lowest price. If you haven't given Game Time a shot yet, what are you waiting for? Tons of Barstool fans are using it, hitting us up on social, telling us the great deals they're getting. We've been using Game Time all year, and I've been going to all sorts of concerts, but we're going to football games. We're going to be Tennessee, Florida this week. So easy to use, amazing deals, unforgettable memories. You're going to love it. Download the Game Time app, go to the account tabs, create a login, redeem code DPS for 20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time, last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed.
What'd you, speaking of sports, what'd you do with that tennis racket?
What?
Where'd you?
It's at the office. The one from Cam Norrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good gift. Cam Norrie sent me after I bet on him because I thought I was going to go watch him at the U.S. Open. He invited me as a fan, and he got fucking trounced and smashed his racket. Just lost control of his backhand. They say, I think it got loose. He couldn't hit a backhand. He just sucked. So I was kind of bitching and moaning about it, and he sent me the smashed racket, which wasn't even smashed, but it's still funny, nice, good gesture. Made me like him.
But now you just got a bad beat on the wall every time you look at it. You're like,
I like that. I should have a whole I said it. People have like trophy rooms with signed jerseys and all that. I love like a bad beat room. Like, who's the guy who fell down? Who I fucking hate?
Gurley,
like a Gurley signed jersey and a fall down, things like that.
I think you got to give this guy credit for his comeback with you. Like you were texting me all day, like I fucking hate this guy. He's dead to me. Like now you're like, hey, he's got a good Canadian.
Listen, just wear it. Just wear your ineptitude, and I'm fine with it.
Gurley, is there anything else that sticks out that would go in the Bad Beat Museum of Dave Portnoy?
I mean, the Toledo coach, running. His last drive, he ran hurry up, slow down, hurry up, slow down, hurry up, slow down. I think we're going to Toledo game. He's in the graveyard. There's the
Virginia Tech coach.
No, that's Brandon Walker. No, not Virginia. They didn't do anything. That they just lost.
You hated the coach, though. I thought you were tweeting about him the whole time.
I don't know. I thought the coach did anything. That doesn't strike me as reminding that the coach did anything.
Mm-hmm. That would be good. Bad Beat Museum of Dave Portnoy. I got a good laugh out of that fucking your Twitter nemesis. that guy who the Asian bot.
The bot, Dave. The bot in your
Oh. Well, yeah, that's crazy. I think a lot of people are going through that. I'm still having. I was almost gonna reach out to you, Paul. Like, can your Twitter person like do anything about that?
Yeah, so I would already in your account because I was getting people DMing me being like, please help Dave's account. We're trying to do something about it. Yeah, that's fucked up. Like how the bots have taken over there.
Yeah, Elon Musk was dead ass right. Like there's nothing I can do to stop the bots. I report them. I ban them. I do everything. I block them. Nothing works.
Can that be true? If you blocked him, he shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, the only thing I can say to you, Eddie, is I obviously have blocked him, and he still comes through.
Yeah, but you're not the most, savvy with all that kind of thing. So,
it's
like, are
pretty
you sure
straightforward how to block somebody. Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I went in there as well. I mean, what's going to happen? You can just create unlimited bots, and like you just be sitting there all day just playing whack-a-mole. So I don't. But that guy.
What is? I don't. My bigger question is like, what is it? Is it just computer? Like what? It's a computer, it's spam, it's somebody's actually targeting what is it? That I don't know.
They did you see that? Obviously they're going back and forth about the sale and whatnot. And they said there's like a Chinese spy within the company. Their like head of security said that.
Twitter's head of security said there's a Chinese spy within Twitter.
Yeah, did you see that, Gaz? Let me find the article.
Was that?
Well, I'm just like, it's just interesting that Twitter's just such a fucking mess. Like that kind of explains like what's going on.
Well, I mean, I just don't know the point of, besides to be frustrating, of that spam is. It's like, I mean, it's clearly like mumbo jumbo. Same guy, same picture.
What does it say? Oh, it was the head of security. He testified to Congress and he said it's just like one massive privacy risk. Twitter, like he said there's one undercover Chinese agent and there's one Indian agent that are on the payroll.
Like, okay, what security risk for what? Like my jokes? They know what type of jokes I tell?
No, not you particularly. I'm just saying in general, like for everything, for any type of business that happens on Twitter.
All right.
How about Kanye and Candace swim pool?
That's stunning. That official that they're dating? I haven't seen a picture of Candace in a while. I mean, I've been doing this thing for 20 years, so I don't know that she was my number one. Candace was, like, in my opinion, the hottest female who's ever like lived. She may be, I've been doing this so long, she may be like 60 now. I don't know. I haven't seen a recent photo. I'm sure she's still a stunner.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah.
That's the Hell's Bells. That's the Hell's Bells video.
Yeah, she's. If the same thing, if there's like a Hall of Fame for people you've posted on Barstool, she's got.
Yeah, no, she's a 1 in a million.
Yeah, wild relationship. All right, then we'll do things a little bit out of order because Whitney's coming on. We got to wait for him. So let's do Inside Barstool Day. But before we do, let's talk about Roman.
All right, Roman swipes, hard dick business. Uniquely formulated to reduce overstimulation without eliminating sensation altogether. The convenient over-the-counter swipes clinically proven to help you last longer in bed. 2019 study that proven to increase time to orgasm by more than 4 times. That's big. To use, just remove the disposable swipe from its discreet pocket-sized pack, wipe on the most sensitive part of your dick, and allow it to dry for 5 minutes. When used as directed, Roman swipes leave no scent or taste, so there's no transfer to your partner. They're safe, effective, no prescription needed. All swipe orders include free 2-day shipping, arrive in unmarked packaging. Try today for as little as $2.75 per swipe. Try swipe today with a special offer just for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order. Go to GetRoman.com/Dave today. That's GetRoman.com/Dave for 20% off.
Oh, also, you're like just a Bears hater again.
I root for the Bears.
I don't think that's true.
I do. I mean, I had the Packers, but I root for the Bears. I feel bad for your franchise. I mean, your quarterback, and granted, he's an Ohio State guy, so he's, dumb. But to say like, oh, the Bears fans don't care as much as the guys in the locker room, that's just a lie. The Bears fans care 1,000% more than the guys in the locker room, and then you turn on Monday Night Football and they start talking about Josh Allen and his connection. And he's like, I don't want to win for myself. Like I like want to win, but the fans in the city, they deserve it. They've waited so long. It's for them. Everything I do is for them. And then you turn it to your guy, Ohio State guy. So he's dumb. And he's like, yeah, well, it's just, we care more than the fans. No, you do not care more than the fans. The fans have been there for 100 fucking years, getting their teeth kicked in by the Green Bay Packers, just dying to beat them once. You're brand new. Some of these guys new in the locker room. No, they do not care more than the fans. Now, granted, he's an Ohio State guy, so he's dumb, but it was still a very idiotic thing to say. I feel bad for you. I'd hate to have my quarterback say that. I'd hate to hear that.
It just came out wrong. He didn't. It was a miss. He misspoke. That's all.
What did he mean to say?
He was just meant to say, yeah, like I'm sure the fans are upset, but the people who are in here, like we're upset too. Like the guys in this locker room, like
that didn't sound remotely like what he said. He said the guys in the locker room care more than the fans. That's what he said.
But he just means because they're the ones who are actually there, and that's their full-time job, and that's what their focus is on. That's it.
Right.
That's
it. And this isn't just a Bears thing. Maybe there's some, like most cities, like you see teams lose. The guys are out partying. They're in clubs. They're on boats. They're doing whatever. The fans are dying. That's just an idiot. And granted, he's an Ohio State guy, so he's dumb. But that's just an idiotic thing to say.
Do you think there's guys that care more than Boston fans or Chicago fans? Like an athlete, can you think of in your time as a Boston fan that, yeah, that guy might have cared just as much, if not more than I did?
Trot Nixon. Trot Nixon fucking cared. What?
Do you know who that is, Eddie?
Yeah, of course. I just didn't think that was the first name.
Trot Nixon fucking cared. I think like the word dirt dog was invented because of Trot Nixon. Yeah, there's he
Garnett. I thought you would have went Garnett.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, Garnett for sure was one. You can tell the guy who holds grudges, that whole team, like Garnett, Rondo Pierce, like fucking wanted to kill Ray Allen. Brady clearly like cared. I mean, a lot of guys, but they don't care more than the fans. They just don't. Maybe equal to. All I ask is my players care as much as I do. I've never heard that. Like, now granted, he's an Ohio State guy, so he's dumb. But I've never heard a guy be like, "Oh, we care," especially like a new guy.
I mean, you hope it's true. I hope they do fucking care that much. That's
right. You do. You absolutely do.
That would be a
Correct.
good thing.
Correct. Yes, I agree.
Were you a big Trot Nixon guy back in the goatee days?
Everybody liked Trot Nixon. How could you not like Trot Nixon? The guy like played his fucking fingernails to the bone. That's all you ask. That literally is all you ask for as a fan.
Did you have a jersey?
No, I had a Phil Plantier. That's the only I've told that. I had a Phil Plantier jersey.
Okay. All right. Shout out Trot Nixon. All right. Anything else on the sports front? The Patriots, I mean.
Good win. Big win.
Good. Yeah, nice win.
Yep.
Are you back in on them? You were pretty. That's the most downtrodden I've seen you after a game.
Well, downtrodden. I said I'm in the evaluation stage. I didn't say they can't win the Super Bowl, but I'm not guaranteeing that they do. It was a good win. Go anytime you can go into Pittsburgh and get a win. That's a good win.
There was a big debate on Pardon My Take. Hank was getting drilled by PFT and Big Cat about whether Mac Jones is the guy. Do you put him in as the guy?
Of course he is.
Okay, because they were like he might not be the guy, and they've been living with not guys for a while, so that was the big debate.
Those guys, yeah. I mean, Dan wouldn't know the guy if it slapped him across the face. When's the last time he had a guy? Honestly, he hasn't had a guy in his entire life. PFT's a Redskin fan, a Commander fan. Those are two teams that two fans that can tell me about guys. They don't know a fucking guy if it slapped him in the face. Yes, Mac Jones is the guy.
I don't know. It sounds like you're trying to deflect on our guy just because you're I don't know if he's the guy, Dave.
Who? Mac
Jones, yeah.
I just told you.
But I don't know. What about you, Paul? Are you sold?
Eddie, you don't know? What no. Like you don't again, with all due respect, you live in a world where you don't know what a winning football team looks like. You haven't your entire life. So why would I listen to personally. That's talking about you personally. I don't what do you mean? Yeah. It's not the same. It's not the same when you just go watch Aaron Rodgers kick your teeth in. You understand when you're rooting for a team, whether it's your guy or not. You don't know that. You've never done it. You haven't had a guy your whole life.
Yeah, he's the guy. He went to the playoffs. They played the first year. And then also, he should get credit for that Miami game. We should have won. And Miami looks like they're legit. Like, we should get more credit for that loss type of thing. Like, that might be a real good.
It's week 2. And I'm not a huge, weapons this, weapons that guy, but it's not like he's sitting there loaded with weapons. Not Tua can throw a fucking jump ball and get guys catching it. So yeah, he's the guy. Trust me. I've sat down. I've broken bread with him. He's the guy. All right. By the way, I'm 2-0 in fantasy.
Oh, that's good. Who'd you beat this week?
Who did I beat this week? Oh, Hosmer.
Oh,
yeah.
Who's up next?
Who do I have next? I don't know. Like everyone made fun of my draft. I took Jalen Waddle. Everyone's like, reach. Chase, like, I wouldn't have done that. All right, Four Eyes. How's it doing now? My wide receiving crew, Stephon Diggs, 3 touchdowns, like 9,000 yards yesterday. Waddle, 3,000 yards, 2 touchdowns. And CD Lamb hasn't done really dick yet because of quarterbacks. I'm pretty tough. I'm an ornery team to go against.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, Diggs was out of his mind yesterday too.
I know that's what I said when I said Diggs 9,000 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Thank you.
I'm up 40 grand in side bets too. Not bad.
What did Jock Peterson? He's offering you bad trades, huh?
Yeah, he had a good comeback, but yeah, he was offering me. He's got like 9 guys on his team. I don't even know what's going on with him. No wonder. I can see why fans slapped him.
Okay. Inside Barstool stuff. How were the upfronts?
Long. Honestly, like, I think when I got up at the end, I'm like, I'll try to keep it brief because this is longer than The Godfather. Like, it was good, but way too fucking long.
Who was long? Who needed to land the plane a little bit?
It was designed to be long. Nobody in particular, I don't think, went long. It was set up to be long.
There was 100 planes trying to land.
It was like every franchise like sat down on the couch, get interviewed, with the exception of KFC. They forgot to have KFC. Everybody spoke. Mean Girls, fucking chick in the office, obviously PMT, you name it. If you had a pulse, you sat down on the couch, you had your own segment. We go over the whole fucking thing. In KFC, I see him in the green room, and I have nothing to do with the upfronts. But so the whole thing ends, and I'm like, I didn't see fucking KFC up there. KFC Radio, the first podcast, by the way, like literally number 1, the guy who started podcasting at Barstool. So I did text him the next morning. I'm like, I don't even want to ask this question, but did you get asked to like present? He's like, no. I told him, I go, listen, I like, we don't talk all that much, just we're in different ways. Like, I want you to know I had nothing to do with the planning of that. Like, that's crazy that they forgot. So I think I'm glad I reached out, but yeah, it was kind of an oversight.
Hey, at least he got invited to the upfronts. There was another big show that didn't even get an invite to the upfronts.
Who?
Show up in Boston.
Minahan?
He was. Yeah,
but that could be an intentional.
Well, that's what they were debating. They were debating, was it intentional or was it an oversight?
He doesn't want to go, really, though.
I'll interested in what Dave's take is, because I have his take.
I saw a clip of Whitney and Kirk talking before the upfronts. Kirk, still like one of the more diabolical moves in the history of any organized company, is when he tried to leak the code. He leaked the code to a conference call with advertisers so the Minifans could disrupt the sales presentation and basically ruin every relationship we had for advertisers. I don't know if that lingers when we talk sales and whatnot. So I don't know if it was an intentional oversight or not. I don't know. I will say, I don't know that national advertisers rush to Kirk. And he has kind of like a local flair to it because you have to know him because he can be quite provocative. But I don't know. I don't know what that answer is.
Dave, what about the sit down? I mean, he was in the news, national. Like, that's not a Boston show. That's a true crime. That's big.
Yeah, but that wasn't in it.
Well, that wasn't invited either.
Well, I mean, that was like he was there for one day.
What? So you're laughing that KFC didn't get to present, but don't you think that's a little disrespectful?
Hey, I don't think you caught the vibe I was saying. I literally just said, I literally said I texted him the next day to be like, that's crazy. Yes.
Yeah, but-
Yes, I think it was disrespectful. I don't know how you didn't pick up on that vibe. That was my whole point. Like wildly disrespectful.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just is wildly disrespectful, but you were laughing at the same time.
Because it's crazy.
That's what I'm trying to sift through.
Is this your first time talking to me?
No. I'm just trying
Sometimes I laugh when I think things are that insanely crazy. And it's
Gotcha,
like funny as KFC. But
sometimes I intentionally ask you questions so you could expand more. So that's, it's
Yeah,
just how
KFC should be there,
interviewing
but like, how
works.
do you run into what you just said? It becomes a 17-hour Godfather thing. Like, you want new shows, right? And then where do you cut off the top 10? Like, where do you draw the?
you don't cut it off.
No, I'm not saying KFC should be
You
cut
don't
off.
cut it off with a guy who's been at the company for 15 fucking years and started the podcast.
100%. But there's a lot of people that, I mean, I think a lot of Rico, I was standing next to him in the crowd. He probably wanted to be up there.
For what?
I don't know. I asked him when he was going on. He's like, is that a dig? And I was like, I don't know.
He has nothing to promote.
Pick them.
Pick him.
Well, we don't. Yeah, again, Pick'em was not up there. We don't need Pick'em up there. I don't know that we need everybody to sit down and do the back and forth. And I don't know. I would have probably tightened it up. But I guess you try to make it interesting, but it was just too long. But it was good. It was just long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, feedback from advertisers was great. They were especially the people that didn't know the plethora of content we had. Like, they were like, "Oh, this is a show. Like, there's a lot going on here."
Yeah.
But I think if you knew, like obviously you do, or advertisers that have been with us for a while, it's like, oh, I know everything that they can do, and I've seen this before, kind of.
How many hours was it?
It's like an hour and 45.
Oh, okay. Then a couple announcements were made from there. So the PMT move to Chicago is going to be documented. PFT is launching a new show, The Dozen Extreme. Anything on those, Dave? Any thoughts?
I just hope they don't screw up the dozen. Whoever is starting to fuck with the dozen, that would be my thought. Like, what do you mean dozen extreme? What does that mean?
I think it's just a spin-off. Like, it's kind of like a...
Correct.
Like
so I just hope we don't screw up. Sometimes if you let sales or whatnot start meddling with successful stuff, they can fuck it up. At one point they're trying to run back the dozen too quickly. It's like it ended. They're like, oh, we're selling it again. It's like, let it breathe. It's a great show. People like doing it. I didn't love the sound of the dozen extreme. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I think it's like a double dare. That's the vibe I got, but obviously Jeff will explain it better on Twitter.
I could be wrong. Could be great. Whatever it is, I hope it came from Jeff and not from like sales telling Jeff we need more of like dozen.
Yeah. I believe it's a Nick and Jeff venture where they're doing it combined. So I hear you though. Also, you did say that Barstool Athlete is actually, it's moving now. Stuff's happening.
Yeah, there's 2EA to help athletes get sales. I think that was something we were building for a while.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be like, how does it work? Can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, I wasn't overly involved in it, but it's like back in the day, we used to have something called blog ads. It's basically that. So if you're an athlete, you can sign up for 2EA. And then an advertiser can create an account and can search the athletes, based on school, sport, year, whatever they want. If you have a campaign, a local campaign, and find and offer directly to the athlete. So let's just say I'm Raising Cane's and I want an athlete in Kentucky because I got a store opening. It's like, hey, if you do 3 Instagram posts and 1 appearance at Raising Cane's, we'll pay you $5,000. Do you accept or not? And they can go directly to the athlete. That's basically what it is.
And you did mention that Barstool, like, there's no cut involved for us.
We're not taking any of the money. No, it's just, I think our end game with it is for college athletes to be like happy with Barstool and feeling like they're getting value out of Barstool and be proud to like be pro Barstool and spread it and use it like that way, as it's just a good thing to stay relevant on college campuses.
Gotcha. It sounds good. I mean, there was kind of like a rudderless ship for a while, it felt like.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of underway. Barstool Athlete. What's going on with this Brianna Boa gate? Have you been following that?
A little bit. I saw like it looked like she was somewhere and somebody accused her of stealing a boa, like a mother, and then she confronted her Brie in like bathroom, meaning like, you said I stole this. That's as much as I kind of know about it.
Yeah, you're probably all over this.
I've seen it go viral. The video is actually going to wait because I know BFFs is probably going to dive into it pretty big. So yeah, that what he just summed up is kind of what I saw. I don't have too much background knowledge on it. Just what was on TikTok.
All right, so no, look out for BFFs if you want more on Boagate. Francis started his first day.
Mm-hmm.
He's back in the fold.
Yep, that's good.
That's good. Did you see Ballsy? So someone sent me the clip. Ballsy was an OnlyFans girl showed Ballsy his her tits, and Balls didn't use the ball scale when he rated them. A lot of people saying, "Is this the end of the ball scale as we know it?" I just kind of wanted your opinion.
Did he rate them?
Yeah, he gave him actually, I believe he gave him a pizza score, and not the ball scale.
Yeah, well, that's just an oversight. He was probably overwhelmed.
Yeah, most likely. So I'm sure Glenn will have more on that about the ball scale. I saw Erica no longer on the WWE board.
Yeah, I saw that as well too. I was actually sitting next to Robbie, and she let him know because he's WWE. I saw it just like you saw. I haven't talked to her about it, but the public reason was we have a lot going on with the acquisition that will be coming to fruition in February, and she wanted to focus on that.
Gotcha.
That was public. That's what it said publicly. There's also, as everybody knows, a ton of shit going on with the WWE.
Mm-hmm. And so there was no discussion with you and her about.
No, that's her private stuff. Nope.
Got you. Okay. You mentioned it, Paul. The sit down is picked up by Barstool Sports.
Yeah, Jeff Nadeau.
You excited for the sit down on the network?
I mean, it does pretty decent numbers, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And on an unrelated note, Rico is banned from WFAN.
Yeah, well, I saw his video about that. Why?
He was it's something about what he got into with one of the guys. I'll get the real reason.
Good for him. That's solid research.
That's what he does.
You think you should? Well, never.
What did Brandon Walker? Did you see Megan? She was in the LSU gear. Brandon Walker ripped his heart out.
I did see that. LSU beat Mississippi State. Good looks by Megan making money wearing the full suit. I always like watching Brandon Walker lose. He was like ripping his shirt. He did some weird gyration. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's tough being a Mississippi State football fan. It's tough getting up like he does every year because they're never good.
Yeah, and he's always like thinks they got a shot like that.
I don't even think he thinks he has a shot. He just gets like so wrapped up in it.
Mm-hmm. And he just always is ripping his shirt off and shit. So tough. And then last thing here is obviously we were selling shirts for New York police officer Anthony Varvaro. Sad story. Buy a shirt.
Yep. Just try to raise some money.
Mm-hmm. Before we get to Whitney, though, Dave, let's talk about Helix Sleep.
Helix Sleep, premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. Everybody's unique. Everyone sleeps differently. That's why Helix has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions, field preferences. Models with memory foam layers to provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side. Models with the more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in stomach and back sleeping positions. Plus, enhancing cooling features to keep you from overheating at night. And if your spine needs some extra TLC, they got you. Every Helix mattress has a hybrid design, combining individually wrapped steel coils in the base with premium foam layers on top. It's a perfect combination of comfort and support. So how will you know which Helix mattress works best for you and your body? Take the Helix Sleep Quiz, find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. I took the quiz. I matched with the Helix Twilight mattress because I sleep on my side, want something that felt firm and cooling. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helix.com/Dave. That's helix.com/Dave for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows.
Helix, great mattress. Go check it out. I love mine. They sent me one. It's awesome. All right, let's get into Whitney.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
What about the other guy?
I can hear you.
Snack.
I've been waiting for 45 minutes for you to show up.
You guys didn't start at 11?
No, we did.
Oh, you fucking losers.
What are you talking about? We've been sitting here for 10 minutes.
Well, you just said 11. That's 11:32 was 10 minutes ago. So you just added like 32 minutes.
Well, you just call it a snack. Like,
I said, what are you snacking on, dude?
Oh, watermelon.
Jesus Christ. On edge? How's the show began?
It's been pulling teeth all day.
No.
Oh, okay. We could talk about that.
Yeah. It's been pulling teeth all day.
It's so tough, Eddie. It's so
not
tough.
It is tough.
No, it's very hard. You make it so hard on him for just, and you do it to anyone. There's nobody who you wouldn't make it hard on.
Thank you.
Eddie was not prepared. This was the
I was
show
prepared ahead. I can't control when you want to talk and you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk today, so the show sucked. What are you going to say?
You don't even know the back. It's like, why was Rico banned from the fan? I don't know.
And he said he doesn't know why.
You're the one who brought it up. I don't know.
That was the point of the blog was I got banned from the fan and I don't know why.
So wait, did you read the blog or not, Dave?
No. No.
So, all right. Well, you told Rico to blog on the show. That's a big running part of Pick'em. And then he's blogging and Eddie brings one up. How's he supposed to know that you're not going to want to talk anything about it?
No, that's not what happened, Whitney. He brought it up he brought up the blog and I'm like, what happened? And Eddie was like, I don't know. So it's like, well, you brought it up.
Oh, Eddie, you probably should have read the blog too.
Well, what I said was the thing is he said Sorry, the title of the blog was
"Spit It Out, Eddie."
Now, welcome to my world. This
listen.
This was like him mentioning the linguistics from Fields.
I'm a big personality, and it sometimes seems like Eddie just rolls out of bed with nothing. Like I'll give you what I have, but I need somebody to dance with me.
The title was "I got banned and I don't know why." That was the title.
But did you read the blog?
I saw the blog. I didn't see the whole thing.
What's that mean, Eddie? Saw or read? That's a no.
Exactly.
Yeah,
all right. So he asked me about it. I asked him back, well, what did it say? He's like, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. It's like, you're the one who brought it up. You don't know what you're going to talk about?
Yeah, but if you don't know it, I mean, it's like it's past the point at that point anyway.
No, it isn't.
Kind of.
No, you're bringing up a subject that you don't even know what.
No, then you're going to get buried. Then you're going to get buried because he's going to know you didn't know anything about it. But Dave, there's also plenty of examples, at least when I listen, that it's stuff that day I think any other day you may want to talk about it, and then that day you're just like, I don't know, no, I'm all set. So I don't know what he's supposed to do on those.
Well, I have a pretty good sense of knowing what moves the needle and what doesn't. If he brings up something stupid, I just try to move along to the next so we can get some sound bites and get this show going. What I just brought up, and I like Eddie, but I mean, how can I take that seriously? He brings up the subject, he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Truth be told, it was after the Nadu sit-down topic, so that's what I was looking for to do there. I'll be honest. That's what we were trying to do. Sometimes you mix, like I put a Rico topic right after. Like that topic probably doesn't make the show, but I just talked about the sit-down being picked up, Rico being banned from a radio station. So in my brain, I'm like, all right, that's going to bring you into a nice Nadu Rico rant, and that's what we're doing. So that's where my brain was at. So I didn't really think it was worthy, but thinking of the sit-down and Nadu and Rico and the history there, I thought that would be something there, but it wasn't. So,
Dave, who's your like white whale of hosting your show that you wouldn't get mad at all the time?
I don't get mad. What do you mean,
I would say occasionally you get mad.
Well, I don't like unprepared. Like when we did the show, it's like I need somebody to be very prepared and do it. Like I'll show up. I'm in the show up stage of my career. Like I sit down, I don't know what's coming. I'm ready to roll. I'll give you the A game, but like I need someone to bring it out.
Yeah.
And I don't think Eddie's bad at it, but it's like sometimes, he bears on Monday night and, I don't know what he's doing out there, but he didn't seem overly prepared for the show today.
Well, I'll have to listen to the first half, but now that I'm here, will we start recording now and I can get this thing going?
We're already recording, no?
Oh, okay. Sick. Nice. All right. Well, fuck, Eddie. I mean, I think what are you going to do besides just trying to be a little better? I am on your side, maybe 51%, though, that this guy is a real prick some days. He probably woke up this morning and was not in the mood, saw your face. He's like, I'm going to give this kid some shit.
Yeah.
I didn't give him any
there's
shit.
not.
No, I am a little tired, but no, I always, if they're good subjects, I'm animated. I'm always the same. I don't know what people are talking about.
No, that's not true. That's not
that's
not
true.
true.
That's true.
It's not true.
Yeah,
don't
true.
say that.
It is.
That's just not true. That's not true. Like, sure, like, don't
I think
get me
that's
wrong.
impossible to be. Like,
What?
Always on.
No, but I'm never like, happy-go-lucky. I mean, I'm in my same mood kind of always.
No, but sometimes you like to talk. Sometimes you don't like to talk.
I don't like talking about dumb, stupid topics. So I'm just like, next. You want me to expound on things that are stupid? I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I could never do like a daily radio show. Like, what do those guys talk about every day? You need. I'm with you a little bit on that.
Yeah, I
Still
know,
prick though.
Yeah. Well, listen, if it's a dumb subject, I'd rather the show be like a minute, 2 minutes, or 3. Like, I don't know. Like, if we went through the stuff, Whitney, that he's asking me about today, you'd be like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I want.
You want to hear the topic list with?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I'll be truthfully. I'll be honest.
Okay. The Canelo fight that they just called.
I'm in on that. Hearing some
Okay.
backstories on that, I'm guessing.
But there were no backstories.
Okay, so that's kind of when it sucks for you. You're like, well, he's going to want to hear about this weekend in Vegas. And in your mind, you're like, dude, I got nothing. So I'm kind of with you. I mean, if you have nothing to say, but being Eddie, I would have been like, that's a topic.
Yeah, so, all right, I wasn't mad it was brought up. I talked about it. I didn't say, I wasn't rude about it, but there was not much that went on.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers concert with Nate and the Make-A-Wish kid.
The same thing. I think that Make-A-Wish kid was awesome, right? The concert with Nate, I'm going to guess you had a sentence on that.
I did. He was 15 minutes late, but I left a little early. I'm like, they didn't play Under the Bridge, which I thought was crazy. I said that and move on. I don't know.
Rappaport and Barstool, they dropped their lawsuits.
Oh, you gave up on him?
I didn't give up on it. We're just redoing the show again. I was in a very good mood for that. I told you, Rapport's so far below me. I don't care about him. Eddie's like, he takes shots and you don't respond. It's like, because he's not like, that's the worst sign for somebody. Then he's not even under my skin. He's just an irrelevant person. I don't give a fuck about him.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that like you had to pay your lawyers though for all that work that ended up in nothing.
Well, it don't come out of my pay wallet.
Yeah, true.
Like I don't deal with that. So
my pay wallet. All right, next.
Does Dave's nemesis? Did you see that Twitter troll? There was that Asian guy who
that's kind of nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do there? Like,
why isn't Gaz a part of getting the topics as well? Because like people who know you the best need to know what's in or out.
I mean, that, and again, if you go back, I talked about it. I was friendly about it. This wasn't me not wanting to talk, but they want Picasso to like use watercolors.
But like,
I don't know what you want me to do.
You don't think that there's a Chinese spy in Twitter?
Yeah, that's
HQ?
what. All right,
you don't think
like,
that's interesting?
A Chinese spy in Twitter. It's like, all right, Eddie.
But like here's the problem, Whitney, is like, this guy, he doesn't like to talk. Like he doesn't like to.
Who?
Like you, Dave. You turn on a pizza review with The Rock. You're just not a chipper guy. Like you're just not like.
And he said he's expected to paint like Picasso with watercolors or whatever. I think if you give some of the best in the world some shitty equipment, they're still going to get the job done.
And this podcast, despite itself, is still pretty high up.
All right. Well, hey, you guys are Nantucket guys. I got one. What do you guys think about DeSantis sending the people to the vineyard?
I'm not talking about this on this show.
We don't talk topic. We don't talk.
We
don't talk about that.
What do you think, Dave? I mean, talk about a tee up to just get chiclets canceled.
Well, I mean, listen, I was gonna make a joke and I didn't, because like you said, you could cancel. I'll say this though, like those immigrants who got sent there, I'd rather be there than on the fucking Texas border, probably, and like all these like rich white liberals like white knighting and giving you like taking great care of you. So if you're gonna land somewhere, there's worse place to land than the Vineyard. That's all.
I saw pictures from the ferry. I saw guys getting ice cream. It looked like the best place in the world. These guys, they didn't want to leave. I don't know why it was made into like, oh my God, they sent him to one of the nicest places in the country. It's not Nantucket, but it's still beautiful.
I with anything, there's two sides to every story. Using humans as political pawns, that's a little questionable. That's all I'll say about that. But I get there's points to what they're both doing.
Yeah, that's suspect.
Yeah. But again, I mean, these guys didn't know it, and women, whoever, like, again, the Vineyard, I would, if you told me I can be an immigrant on the border of Texas or on the Vineyard, I'm going to choose the Vineyard.
That's saying a lot as a Nantucket guy, too.
Yeah, and I am a Nantucket guy. I guess I'm a Montauk guy last couple of days here. Okay, continue.
Speaking of Montauk, I mean, what a horrible putt player you are.
That was bad, yeah.
Horrible.
No, it's bad.
For someone who's like always the athletic guy about talking about the high school home runs, you now stink in all the videos you do with anything athletic going on.
Well, I'm definitely old. I was stunned by my effort. There's nothing I can say. I generally am decent at mini golf. I wasn't. I missed the cut. I was horrible. There. I said it. Hand up. I said it. Yeah. I hated the putter. Hated it.
Is that a sponsor?
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw Frank. Where did I see Frank? He's like, yeah, Dave's all over the tailor-made putter he had.
I hate it.
It's the Indian blaming the arrow.
Well, no. You're a golf guy. I use what's the blade that it's just straight.
Yeah. You had the big the big back one.
Yes, I've never used that, so that was a problem. To be honest, I played that course. I went, and when I found out where the course was, I went.
I'm not surprised.
I had a little book like of every hole where to hit it. And I played the course pretty well, but I was using the course issued putter. And then they gave me, and I get it if you use it, but it was totally different. It was like the first time on skates. That's not the type of putter I use. I use the blade.
Can we, or is it a done deal that in Arizona there might be a big company tournament?
Yeah, I'm hearing that. Yes, possibly.
All right, I'm in on that. And then there's the other thing that I want to be involved in. I don't know the rumblings. I was talking to Big Cat at the Upfronts. Either Big Brother or Amazing Race style with some Barstool personalities. I'm in. Biz and I are in.
Those are two very different things.
I understand. Now, Big Brother's more realistic.
I don't think we have the wherewithal to do the Amazing Race.
I disagree. If we're going to be, I don't know. You really think so? We're broadcasting the FDNY New York Police Department hockey game. I was going to talk about that.
Yeah,
that's pretty big.
Yeah,
you can't
but that seems to be just, if I break it down for you, Whit, that's one venue, one time, one place. The Amazing Race tends to be all over the fucking world.
So I've never seen the show. I've never seen the show, but I'm guessing you get 6 teams, 6 cameramen. It's not live. You follow them around.
No, I think it's quite a bit more complicated than that.
All right. Well, the Big Brother one, I wish we could do it somewhere else. I don't know if I could sleep in that office. My body, my neck.
That's like Survivor. That you're talking Barstool Survivor.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you were chatting about doing.
Yeah. I will do that.
You can't have a bed be brought into your office or anything, though.
I'll play under the same rules as everybody else. The mattress firm was a sponsor.
I'll dummy you in that game.
Yeah, please. All right, continue with your subjects, Eddie.
Okay. Kanye West and Candace Swainpool. Historical.
I don't know about that.
All right.
Are they together?
Yeah.
She's pretty big deal back in Barstool back in the day, right, Whitney?
Yep. I was very, and again, I don't know where you said I didn't want to talk. I talked as much as can possibly talk.
No. There's a difference. If people watched last week compared to this week, there's a huge difference.
Huge difference. Had good subjects, Eddie.
But no. But it's not that. But I can't control
what was last
the news.
Week's episode?
That's the point. Here's my point with this show. When there's big Barstool news, it's great. when there's fucking Hannah Cook being mean to Brandon Walker's sister Caitlin, like that's where shit pops off, and that's where everything's great. When Francis comes back, like when it's very by the news cycle. Like I can't control the news cycle. Like that's just a fact.
You got to come up with something again.
And that's all right. So what do? We booked our
Francis coming back. So I played golf with Francis. Not to jump in front of you guys. I know you're arguing. People probably like it.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing.
Okay.
But so what did I do? It's a light today, so I booked probably our favorite guest we have, Ryan Whitney. So Ryan's
appreciate that, Eddie.
Yeah, to make this a better show, and now it's going to be a better show. But now we're wasting time on this. Have you addressed Fields and has that already come up? Okay, that already came up. Yeah,
yep. that was I feel like that was our best discussion.
Probably.
All right. Misconstrued, I would say a little bit.
Why?
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Why was that misconstrued?
I think just mentioning that, trying to remind everyone like nobody wants this more than us is kind of the message I took across from it. Not like you fans we don't care about you. It was more like we are more upset than you. I promise. That's how much we care.
Right. I preface it by saying he's an Ohio State guy, so he is dumb. But you shouldn't bring up the fans because there's the fans want it more than the players. They just
don't bring it up 100%. But in the end, I just didn't take it like he was dogging the fans. I didn't take it like that. I mean, I would be seriously like he threw 11 times like that's, and everyone's saying the summary looked unbelievable. That's really your team's so bad. It's pathetic, Eddie.
It ain't good. I mean, but we have a bottom 5 roster in the league right now. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, we're built to be bad right now. So it's not that. I mean,
I think if you have a star quarterback year 2, it's not like that.
He's not a star quarterback.
No, and that's the killer for them. That is just the ultimate. Like they thought they had him.
He started 12 games. You can't say that yet.
By the way,
I think you can in the NFL. Sometimes man. Like the great ones, like their second year, they're showing it.
You know who I did see? I walked into my hotel in Vegas and Sid the Kid was just sitting in the lobby, like 5 or 6 other camera people. I guess NHL does something where like the one representative from each team was in Vegas and they're shooting like commercials and stuff. I kept having guys come up, be like, hey, it's like I had no fucking clue who they are. The only one I recognized is Sidney Crosby. Like,
how many guys came up to you and said, hey, like realistically, be honest. 8 guys on separate occasions went up and they're like, hey, Dave, what's going on?
Yeah.
And did you say, what's your name? Nice to meet you?
Well, they'd say it like some guy. I remember some Canadians guy. Like you can tell hockey players a mile away. They come up, they say, hey,
they do stick out.
Yeah, they do. The way they dress, everything. They were all probably staying at the same hotel. I was at Encore, so they were like all there. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a hockey guy. They wear the helmets. Like it took me a second to. We were trying to do a pizza review with Crosby actually on the last day.
He was down for it.
Yeah.
Wow. So we have the live show coming up in Pittsburgh. Anyone in Pittsburgh?
A lady came up to me who like organized it from the Penguins. She's like, hey,
Jen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She told us, she goes, we're down to do as much as we can, whatever you guys want with Barstool and Chicklets. It's awesome. Biz and I mean, we laid the foundation for that team. Without us there, they honestly don't win the cup. I'm not kidding. Without me, they don't get Kunitz. Maybe they don't get him.
It actually, I had a very funny, now that it brings up, exchange with Spider, because Spider hit me up. So I'm laying by the pool trying to get my like glow on. And this was before the weigh-in on Saturday. And Spider texted me. He's like, hey, they're trying to put together a Crosby pizza review. Will you do it? I'm like, yeah, of course I'll do it. I'm laying by the pool. I'm like, all right, the timing's a little bit tight. The weigh-in starts at 1. He may not be available till like 12:15, 12:30. I'm like, that's fine. I can be late to the weigh-in. Then it started getting complicated because it's doing interviews. So I'm like, all right, Spider, just fuck it. No. Spider kept trying to book the pizza review. And to the point, my text to Spider, I'm like, Spider, are you reading what I'm sending you? And it got into like a little bit of like who canceled on who first.
Oh, wow.
Because I was like, all right, I'm out. Fuck it. We can't do it. I don't have time. And Spider then continued to try to book Crosby to the point. Then the Crosby people were like, sorry, we can't do it. We'll do it the next time. I'm like, Spider, I already said no to him. I was pissed.
So Spider made you look like kind of an idiot.
A little bit.
The Penguins
Not
right
desperate.
now. You're
desperate. He made me look desperate.
Maybe you were desperate for a Sid the Kid Peach review. I don't even really want to see that one though. I already know you're going to be chucking chirps at me nonstop. I won't be there to defend myself.
My big regret, which I also said to Spider, because I was very caught off guard when I walked in. Like there was a bunch of cameras and he was there, and we just came in from the street. I'm like, wait, who is that? Oh, Sid Crosby. And then it was 5 minutes, he's gone. And I did regret not being like, all right, they're not around. Like, do you even know who Ryan Whitney really is? Like, was that the first time you reckon I met him on his podcast? I do regret not asking that.
That's what I'm saying. I dodged a bullet with that video not being made.
Yeah. So
I had something else for you. Not the Bryson video. We have to get into that. We have to talk about that, but it was something else. Fuck. Oh, did you play cards there? Because the last time I played cards with this guy, Eddie, he got smoked.
The gambling
in Detroit.
Yeah. I was about even. I sat down. I lost 10 grand. Then I came back. I won 13 grand. I went 5-0 in my cash bets. So as I left with 100 grand cash, and like they actually stopped it at the airport because I had this this bag of like 100 grand cash, and it didn't make it through the screener. And then he opened. He's like, "Ooh, not supposed to do that." So it's the most money I've ever walked away cash from Vegas. 100 grand cash.
Isn't there aren't you supposed to be limited to how much you can take, or is that a complete phantom?
That has to be. Like, what if you win in Vegas? What are you supposed to do with it?
I know. Maybe I'm thinking coming for international or something.
I was betting 20 grand a game, and I went 5-0 on my games that I bet with cash there.
You didn't up it? Like you didn't?
No, because it's like the games are going. Like I cashed the tickets.
Oh, it was all at the same time? Oh, I guess, yeah, the 1 o'clocks and then they're not over yet.
And then we have the fight. So it was like I was there. So I put everything in that I could.
Hey, Dave, let's take a break from Ryan. Let's talk about Trade-O-Vate.
Trade-O-Vate is offering a simple way to daily action world's top financial markets. Predict, play, win. Predict the daily closing price of some of the world's most popular markets like S&P, NASDAQ, metals, energies, and currencies. Event-based contracts provide a simple way to access market action on the world's top markets. I don't know why I keep struggling with that. On the world's top markets. Sports have seasons, markets don't. Get into the game and choose daily over-under outcomes for top financial markets with the market close above or below a certain price by the end of the day, yes or no. And you can make predictions with bids starting at just 25 cents. Predict correctly and win while never risking more than the price you paid. Trade-O-Vate is one of the first regulated U.S. brokers to offer event-based contracts offered by CME Group, one of the world's largest exchanges. First prediction free, predict, play, win. Learn more at tradeovate.com/Barstool. That's kind of cool.
That is. All right, let's get back into the interview with Ryan.
Oh, I know. So this rough and rowdy that's coming to Providence, Gaz texted me, hey, would you want to be involved? I was like 100%. I think that's what you wrote. But then I asked him the other day, hey, does Dave know what? And I think you said, yeah, I could come, but it is true. I don't know what I'd be able to do. You guys have your broadcast team, and then Roan and Caleb are so good. So maybe I could just come be a special guest, come on the mic for about 10 minutes for a fight.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, cool. Appreciate that. Eddie, will you be there?
I've actually never been to one.
Just not invited, or like you don't want to go and spend your own money to get there?
I'd love to go. I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to. You're not trying to. Some shit you're just not involved in, right? That's just how it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I got some email questions here that I wanted to run through with you on the show. Can we do that? Well, does that sound like a good thing, Dave?
Let's do it. Sounds awesome.
And I'd love Whitney's input on some of this stuff. So the first question here is from Matt. Dave, why haven't you created a pizza place yet? It seems like a no-brainer.
Because he grades everyone so easy now and never gives bad scores?
No, well, if you pay any attention...
Because he's a phony?
No, if you pay any attention to how I score, a 7 is not that great of a score. 6 is awful, but when the owner's right in your face, you don't want to fucking ruin their kids' fucking college education fund, so you don't want to rip it apart. That's why I do it. It was very close to having a place before COVID hit. Kind of fell through, and then the Penn acquisition... So, yeah, a variety of reasons. Like the Penn acquisition, maybe it would be at their places. but it literally was to the final steps before COVID hit.
You like had location and everything
Mhm.
picked out, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever get in the restaurant game, Whit?
I don't know. I heard that's a tough place to make money, but I feel like that brand could actually do some serious damage. It would almost have to be one of those places where the pizzas are coming out well done. You're never worried about an undercooked pizza. Right. I hate that. Like I like the bar pies. The restaurant bar game, I guess that wouldn't be a bar, but I've never had any interest to be in that, Eddie.
No.
I would have no idea how to make money, and you have to trust somebody that maybe you shouldn't trust, right?
Are you in on anything else besides what obviously your career and now with Barstool?
No, just own a little real estate. But that's about it. I invested in
Look at you little real estate mogul.
I bought real estate when you were still delivering. I bought real estate when you were delivering papers. I remember you. Legitimately, I was buying. I was buying properties all around Massachusetts, and you were wearing Kurt Schilling's robe to Town Spa.
You called me up. He said, "I heard you moved to New York. How much is your South End spot?" I told you, "Go click. Can't afford it." I remember when you were.
No, you had a shared roof deck. So I said, "I am not going to live where a bunch of."
I had a shared roof deck. I don't think so. I think my roof deck was the best roof deck in Boston because I custom made it. TV coming out, little bushes all over.
Little bushes.
Yeah, my dog could take a piss and it would leak down with the functioning kitchen.
That's a classy move.
Yeah, it is. Little full kitchen, could hear Fenway Park, shared roof deck with. You said you couldn't afford it, and we were
little bushes. Those must have looked awesome. I'm sure you were on the grill cooking your own steak tips and your chicken.
Paul,
you don't even you couldn't even make a salad.
You're on here, right, Paul?
What was the question? Sorry.
How was my roof deck in the South End?
It was your own roof deck. It was your own roof deck. It wasn't a shared roof deck. It wasn't
exactly what he's describing, though.
Yes, it was.
I saw the pictures. He's making it sound like an LA backyard.
It had a TV up there. It was like a built-in grill. It was nice. It just wasn't like a huge roof deck like he would have now at his place.
What are you talking about? A huge roof deck? It was 100
square feet. Dave, your dog was pissing on your lap. If it was pissing on the roof.
There was a tree we put in the plumbing so a dog could go pee on the top of a roof deck. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Up there too.
An apple, yeah, I did. That's pretty fucking cool. Sorry, listen. Some guys can't afford it. Whatever. I'm not trying to make this a pissing contest. Whitney, you called me up, asked me about a place. I told you the price tag. You said, click. I got to go a little cheaper. Fine. Listen. Fine. I get it. That happened.
I don't. It's not correct, but it's not correct. But you didn't
call me about that place?
No, I called you about the place.
Thank you.
I called you about the place, but the rest of the story, I think you said it was like 2.25 or something. I said, I was looking to spend a little less. Now, at that point, Dave, I had owned real estate all over the state. You were selling your first piece. You were selling your first piece of the pie property. I had stuff everywhere. I couldn't spend what you wanted. I had the money tied up in other properties that ended up making tenfold.
Yeah.
So, Eddie, I'm not in anything else.
Basically, he confirmed the exact story just told. But go ahead.
In the correct manner.
Yeah, right. Like you called up. How much?
Yeah, in the actual non-salt and pepper version.
I gave you the price. You said, "Oh, I'm trying to spend a little less." That is literally.
I will say this. If Gaz is like, yeah, it wasn't exactly that big.
That roof deck was fucking
tiny. If he's saying that.
What do you mean tiny? No, it wasn't. It wasn't tiny. It was fucking beautiful. Like Gaz. It was bigger than his fucking house. Give me a break.
You guys should do a podcast from the roof deck and just get
Gaz and I caught up. He doesn't own the property anymore, Eddie.
Yeah, I know, but we should just try to talk to the people and be like, hey, let's let us set up shop. Yeah. Okay. Let us set up shop. You know?
It was nice catching up with Gaz the other day, though. Saw this guy before the Upfronts, just living the life, though, in Florida, just right on South Beach. Whew. Let's change
that subject. We don't want to talk about Miami antics. That's not interesting to anybody. No one cares about my personal life. Are you excited about Boston? If we have a Boston office?
I can't wait. I can't wait. I would hope it's not. I don't know. Where would it be? I don't want it downtown Boston, but I'd like to have a place to go. What, Dave? You want that?
The office being downtown Boston? Yeah. Where else would it be?
I don't know, like surrounding area, like Seaport, like.
Oh, that to me is like downtown Boston. I thought you meant you didn't want it in Boston, like at all.
No.
How much do you think you'd actually be in?
2 days a week, maybe 3. Now that's not like 9 to 5, but I'll be in there. Although, yeah. I mean, I hope it's nice. It's not nice. I'm not going to be there.
Milton wasn't nice.
I never was in Milton, but I drive by it every day now. We should go there and just like redo the place.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I got to find fucking, not everything I got to worry about. I'm moving to Miami like tomorrow. I got to deal with that first.
Is your house ready?
No, fuck, that'll never be ready.
Dude, this is outrageous.
That'll never be ready. I just live.
That must wear on you so much, and writing the checks and just, it's probably what, double or triple what they said. I can't imagine. That's probably the frustration, Eddie. The guy's spending millions on this place.
Probably.
That has nothing to do with the frustration. I am sick of renting houses. It's like, that is just the worst. And I do love my house here, so that stinks to leave it. And this is the best time of year. But listen, those taxes are taxes. I got no choice.
Yeah, 100%.
Speaking of offices, Dave, when you're in Miami, Dan's in Chicago, who do you envision running the New York office?
I don't know that anybody runs it to begin with, right? I mean, Kevin will be there, obviously, Erica, but I don't know that the right word is running. I don't know that anybody runs that office.
Stu offered, obviously, to be walking up and down the floor.
Yeah. It's a funny visual. What happened? Yeah. Runny nose? Bloody nose? What's going on?
I'm all good. Stu could not run that place, but Frank could.
Yeah.
I have a big bet on the Mets.
Yeah. I think they're the favorite.
I don't know how these... I actually love Frank, but I hate how he is with the Mets. He sucks.
I love it.
It's just like having money now on the Mets. It's just like, but this guy is just so clueless about that team.
Well, he knows more than anybody.
He doesn't though. He has a video out saying that they were lost the division and we're going to get swept or got swept by the Phillies in April. Like this. He doesn't know.
Well,
Clem said it best. Anyone who says Frank was right should get punched in the face. I think Clem said he would punch him.
Well, if they don't win the division, though, he would be right?
Pardon?
If the Mets lose the division, if Atlanta wins the division, he would be right.
Technically.
Yeah. So,
but I think he said there's no chance they'll win the division. I mean,
correct.
If you want to go about it that way, that's such a way to spin it. And you know that's just so foolish to be a fan screaming about that in April, and you're trying to say, "Oh, he was right." Like,
well,
technically, yes, but the way he went about it,
how else do you judge it? If he says there's no way they'll win the division and they don't, then you would have to say he was correct.
Okay, so what about when they do win the division? I'm not talking Mets anymore.
Eddie, next question.
Okay. Next question. What's the update on the Disney trip with Robbie, Clem?
I want to do that. I've been thinking about that. I have a list of stuff I want to do. The Disney trip will be very fun, and I want to do it.
You were just in Disney.
Pardon?
What?
You were just in Disney recently, right, Whitney?
I went, I'm going to say it was, if not a month, a little less even after he went. I got the VIP tour. Oh, my God. You can't do it any other way. And I saw the amount of space and area of the whole thing he missed. It was the best part. This guy didn't even know it was there. I'm not Star Wars guy, but the rides were sick and I had a time. We went on, I think, like 17 rides throughout the day because you're just cutting the line. It's the best money I've ever spent.
I had all that. I could cut the line. I could do it all.
So the host didn't tell you.
I just didn't have a guide. I had the passes where we didn't have a guide, but I could cut. I went on 30 rides. I had rides coming out of my ass.
So you were able to get.
Yeah. You think I waited in line?
Honestly, you missed the biggest part of the park. Yeah, is it that shocking to think you'd wait in line?
Yes. If I waited in line, I would have walked out. You think I'm going there waiting in line? What are you, crazy?
You missed the entire part.
I know. That's because we didn't have a guide. No, because honestly, I wouldn't want one of those Mickey Mouse guys with me anyways. I don't like people around me. So, and I saw those Mickey Mouse guys. They're a little too talkative for my taste. So
maybe they could get more out of you on the show then.
I liked what I had, but I just missed the new part.
Sure.
I got wait line.
Would you be in to go again, Whitney? Did you like it? Did you have fun?
I had a blast. I thought it was the best way to do it. Obviously, the no lines, but then you get to hit up another park like the other day. Or we did 2 parks in one day, I think. I mean, I'll go back. I'm not dying to get back there, but when my little guy turns 5-ish, right, we'll take him back.
All right.
You see the weirdest people. You see the people. It's nuts. It's like
the adults.
And what I will say is you almost feel bad because a lot of people are spending so much money to go down there. It's a once in a lifetime trip. And then you do wait in line if you don't have these things. Some of them are 2.5 hours for the big attractions.
The lines are crazy.
And then the food's like kind of trash too. So it's just like, it's so overrated for what people are spending and expect. But if you have the VIP pass, you're bombing through great rides all day.
Who was your hookup?
Actually, no, I don't remember.
I mean, anybody can get the hookup. You just have to do it in time. I
meant who told me about it.
A month or 2 months or something, they cut it off. If you call and do it. What my issue is we weren't anticipating being there. We were supposed to be at the Arizona Bowl. Sylvana's family is from Windermere, which is like right next to Walt Disney. So we were fucking there. And it's like, let's go to Disney for a day. So that's how my thing, it wasn't pre-planned.
You seemed like you had something, Whitney.
What do you mean?
Like you seemed like someone was, because Mintz was your guy, Dave.
Mintz got me the hookup, correct?
Yes, exactly. So
no, you don't need a Mintz guy if you're planning it correctly.
You just need to be on the ball.
Exactly. If you do it the 3 months before going,
correct,
then you're good.
Okay.
If you're Dave, you get hooked up by Mincy.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mintz. All right, there is.
Why are you holding? Is there something wrong with your nose?
Who, me?
No, Whitney was like, I didn't know if he had a bloody nose or something. He was covering it. He was wiping. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I was wiping my nose.
All right, fine.
Yeah. You sick?
It was a question.
I am a little sick, actually. Dude, the kids go back to school. You get sick. They bring home the germs. I get a cold every time this time of year. It sucks.
Hey, what's going on? I heard you're enjoying the Mean Girl pod.
What do you mean?
So you guys talked about it on Chicklets a couple of weeks ago?
We talked about when Alex said that her husband couldn't crank it.
Yeah. You talked, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a touch ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I saw those social clips. I haven't listened to the show. I will say, though, I see their topics. They're probably starting to get into bigger numbers, right? Like they're starting to talk about a little bit of the things that, what was the other caller daddy talked about? Are they starting to explode, Dave?
They're doing well. They're not doing like caller daddy explode, but they're doing well.
Maybe not as quick, but who's to say it couldn't get back there, right? That girl doesn't do any of that stuff now, no?
Alex?
Yeah.
She's like Oprah, yeah.
Does she make bank off the merch? Does she sell a ton of it?
Yeah, she still does well, but I mean, she makes so much money from her contract.
We don't do her merch anymore. Or what's going on with that? That was that was part of the deal, right?
I think we still do. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. All right. How about this one? This one's from Zan. And reflecting on, now that it's months past, on the Mush Hank situation, do you think you overreacted?
Nope.
Whitney, anything on that?
At the time, no. Probably, I said it was a scumbag move. But I saw Marty at the Upfronts, and I gave him a handshake, and I was probably like, I probably shouldn't have screamed or yelled. I didn't want him ever to wear a pink Whitney hat again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things happen in the moment. Time heals all, generally.
All right.
Oh, that was deep.
So are you guys? So you're like kind of past it with him now, Dave?
I remember it, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to sabotage him or anything like that.
All right. There's more.
I want to be how do I get? I want to be in the gambling crew. I'll start doing more.
No, you won't.
I'll start doing more work.
You're going to come part of streams and all that? Please.
Could we like work it into another contract, or is it just like under my contract?
How do you think I'm going to answer that question?
Probably going to stay under my contract.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If anything, I should be getting royalties. Like, I've turned around your whole fucking life.
Turned around my whole life. I freaking owned properties all for the
and
state. Like I said,
what?
when you were fishing shit out of a freaking plastic newspaper holder.
Fucking place which was pennies on the dollar in the South End, and you want me to believe you're running some real estate magnate?
I'm an absolute real estate mogul.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that Bryson video? I got like 5 minutes here. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
It's a very funny video.
That was the funniest video I have seen in so long. You said it perfectly. I think you said you watched it 5,000 times.
Yeah, I have.
I was watching it over and over. And is he definitely the one that yells, "Oh my God"?
No,
is that him?
No, I don't think that's him. I think the first thing he said was "What the fuck, guys?" Right? Or I
thought that was the same voice.
Wait, no, I think the first voice is not him. I gotta relook at it. Also, the fact that it's him makes it that much funnier because
it's so perfect.
He's like such a tough guy.
I think he almost did it on purpose. I'm telling you, the one behind you, there's like 3 different, it's like Zapruder films or whatever. There's all these different angles. He says,
I don't think, oh my God. I think the first thing he says, "What the fuck?" I think, oh my God isn't him. I don't think so.
He nosedives into the thing. There was no chance. So I think he did it on purpose. I think he's so weird and the way he played it. I can't see out of my eye.
And the way he said shit and snap. And then you had the guy in the back is like, after it happened, like lifting the rope almost to test it. He's like, "Oh, what's this rope?"
Yeah, he's like, whoa. He's like, "Is this lead?" Yeah. Hey, then the guy next to him gives it one of these. He gives it like, I don't know what happened. I think this guy nosedived into the rope. But when he grabs the towel from the caddy, he's like,
he was never making it.
Making it.
It doesn't matter if that rope was moved down. He is never, ever making it under that rope. And to be down like that, and the golf fans, it's just everything about golf. And Bryson, he's just such like a hardo and like the lifting weights, and he got fucking taken out by the rope.
He got owned by the rope. I said on Chicklets, like, you got to laugh at yourself. At that point, you have no play other than to just laugh at yourself.
I went to look at his account to be like, is he having fun with this, making fun? Ghost. He hasn't addressed this at all, which makes it that much funnier because he's like,
he's in the hospital.
Or trying to get it wiped. Like, he's the guy who would be like trying to get this wiped from the internet. And like the last like tweet he had, which is right on point for him. He's like, "I had so much fun like lifting weights with Tim Tebow." Like, that was like the tweet before getting fucking eviscerated by the rope. It's great video.
Oh my God, yeah. Him down on his knee though, he ripped that towel out of the caddy's hand 150 miles an hour. It was like one of his drives. And the caddy's like, "What the hell?" And the guys are on the radio. Bryson's losing his eye. It was so funny. I'll watch it forever. Yeah. And the angles, the different angles make it look so good.
I just don't. I mean, he never ever stood a chance of getting under that. Like, the rope is there. The rope had established position.
So I think he nosedived. He was like a kamikaze pilot into the rope to create content.
But this isn't the type of content that Bryson wants. Like, he just never had a chance versus that rope. I'm watching now. He just never had a chance. And golf people take everything so seriously. Nobody knew what to do. It's like, you look at him, it's like such a ridiculous moment.
He's down on one knee for what seemed like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He stands up. Like,
I can't see.
It's like he just got knocked out by Tyson. They're getting him to his feet. I'm all right. Just my eye.
It's a great video. Great video.
Oh man. All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. It was good catching up. Eddie, keep trying with this guy, man.
I'll try, man. It's some days it's hopeless.
Keep
so
trying,
it just
man.
is what
He's
it
an
is.
A-list celebrity. Let him remind you. He's A-list. He's a show up.
He is.
But Whitney, you heard all the subjects.
But I like that. But it doesn't matter though, Dave. Sometimes the subjects are very similar, and you'll want to expand and you'll want to keep going. It just kind of
because I'll expand on anything. It's like, oh, this is a good topic. We get people interested. What do you want to talk about? The fucking paint dry, dirt, grass growing. It's like I can't. I'm not that good.
I'm in a situation where I just need to read his brain. Like I have to know what he's thinking, and that's what.
Everybody knows I'm the most predictable guy going. You can set a watch to me. People should be able to predict exactly how I react to anything. If you ask me, what do you think of the weather today? I'm not going to give you a great. I don't know what to do.
I don't know. Whitney, why don't you start coming on the show with us then? If you want to do
contract, needs to move this thing.
That's what I'm saying. Seriously,
we can work that into a new deal, maybe. See you guys.
When's your deal up?
Never have a lifetime deal.
That deal's never up.
He told me. I'm out of here, guys. I got to get my son. Love you guys.
All right, see ya.
Just drop the kid off. What's this kid doing? He's running around 24/7. Is this fucking school? They back in school? Yes.
Yeah,
it was 12:30. What do you mean you got to get your son?
That's kind of interesting. He wants to do more.
He's been saying that for 10 years. Then you ask him, you want to do more of that? No, I'm good. I got to golf.
All right. Anything else you want to get into?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yep. Great show. Bye.
All right. Bye.